Yo guys, so I'm back and today we're actually going to do something a little bit different. I basically just wanted to wrap up my first ever competitive season, which I think was actually a success, to be honest with you. Of course it would have been nice to get a win in either a class or an overall, but I am happy with kind of the impact that I made, and I think that my physique has kind of turned some heads, and I think it's a good start to my bodybuilding career. I just want to talk about the goals that I've kind of have going forward and what we're going to be focusing on. And also as well, I just wanted to break down the posing, so break down my weak points in certain poses and kind of the rationale behind what we're going to be doing in the off season and things that we just need to work on. We are now 8 days post show. It's a Sunday. It's Sunday the 24th of October, and literally that weekend of the show, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the hell out of myself. I ate whatever the fuck I wanted. And I think what's mad as well is that because this was my first diet, I didn't really know what to expect after that period. After the shows were done, the way that I was feeling, the way that my hormones were just all over the place, the level of hunger that you feel is just crazy. Like, it's actually crazy. You're sitting there full from eating food, but your body's like, eat more and more and more. I wouldn't say that it got completely out of control, but I did eat a lot of food. And then kind of fast forward after the weekend and going into the week, and I cleaned things up a little bit. I received a plan from Callum. I'm actually gonna look at my phone because I've got notes. Got the plan together, planned out meals that we're gonna be having, macros, etc. And that's pretty much where we're at now. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm still sprinkling in a few things here and there. I think as long as body weight is under control, the look is still under control, I think that's really important. Do you know what I mean? But first, we're actually going to talk about my physique first and the weak points that I think we can work on. I'm just going to run through a few shots that I actually have on my phone. I'm not going to do the quarter turns. I'm just going to run through I think it's 8 mandatory poses. We got the front double bicep, and what I'll do is I'll put images on the screen. It will literally just be ones of me in the pose. Weak points. The first thing that glares out to me, so we'll start off negatively. We'll start off with the negatives. The first thing that is highlighted to me is, yeah, they're conditioned, but my quads are too small. Like, in comparison to other competitors and in comparison to how much mass I really could have on there, my quads are just a little bit too small in this pose. But otherwise, I think it is one of my stronger poses. I think it really shows off my strengths, it shows off my shape. Really small waist, quite a good X frame. Lats look like they're coming out wide. Arms look really good as well, nice peaks on the biceps. It's really just making sure that my lower body comes up. And that's going to be one of the things that we are working on very, very relentlessly in the off season. Front lat spread is again one of my stronger poses because I think if you've got the structure there, I think it shows off the structure quite well. You can see that my waist looks tiny, lats flare out wide, chest looks really full, shoulders look full. Again, the main point here is just the quads. It's really just getting those quads to pretty much, I want my quads to be close to my elbows in terms of width. I'm not gonna lie to you. So that's one thing that we need to obviously work on, is those front 2 poses. It's really just gonna be the quads, the size. Again, that's just something that takes time. Side tricep, again, upper body, I'm quite happy with how my upper body looks. To be honest with you, in this pose, I look really full through the chest, the arms. I've held a lot of fullness through my upper body. One thing that I really want to work on a lot in this pose is actually my abs, my obliques, and also as well just making sure that it's a bit more sharp. Of course, that's going to come down a lot to condition, but I also don't train my abs that diligently, so I feel like as well having a little bit more ab training. When you're getting down to that condition, that stage ready condition, whether or not you've trained your abs then shows. I don't think training your abs is that inherently important for like gen pop. I think if you're getting to that level of body fat though where it's getting really, really low, I think having more development there and training them hard would help a lot. So definitely in the obliques, and of course more calf, more hamstring, more quad, a little bit more hang in the hamstrings. But yeah, upper body wise, I'm actually happy, and I know that with this off season coming, I'm gonna add size there anyway. My upper body will just develop really, really quickly. We just got to hammer away at those legs. Then if we turn around actually to the rear, so we got the back double bicep, And one thing that I was really discussing with my coach here is actually there's a kind of a huge gap in my lower back. So there's not a lot of thickness going on in my lower back area, and my lats kind of insert high. So what you really want to be doing in this situation is just adding more overall mass. I can kind of compare this to, of course I'm nowhere near this level, but I'm comparing it to someone like Akin Williams, where they've got quite high lats, but their back is so well developed that, and it's so thick that it just doesn't matter about the position of the lats. And of course as well, adding mass to my quads in this position as well is also going to mean that I look a little bit wider, that it provides a little bit more of an X-frame. But main areas to really work on here are going to be my lower back, my lats, and of course more development through those legs. One thing that we really did struggle with through these shows, to be honest with you, is bringing me down low enough to the point where I can really bring those glutes in Derek Lunsford level, do you know what I mean? And you need more muscle to do that. You need more muscle. I just didn't have the muscle mass in my legs to get down to that point. What would have happened is if we just kept digging down and down and down and down, I would have just turned into a string beam. And at the end of the day, this is a bodybuilding competition. You do need it's all well and good being conditioned, but you still need the muscle mass to hang. It's all about muscle here. And again, it's kind of similar in that back lat spread, just a little bit more lats, a bit more wider, and then more development through the posterior chain. There's so many athletes and bodybuilders who have made significant progress by being strong from pulling things off of the floor. One example that I recently saw was actually he turned pro, natural pro last year, is Mitch Jarvis. His back development from pulling from the floor has been sublime. Same with Chris Bumstead, unreal progress with his back from pulling from the floor. And success leaves clues here. If you get really strong from pulling off of the floor, you're gonna get a really good fucking back and a posterior chain. Side tricep, again, because of the length, just get this photo up. Because of the length of my legs, like I've got really long femurs, I just need to add more mass. Again, upper body I feel is fine. More development through the abs and obliques would be really good here as well. But really just more mass through the legs. And again, that's going to be making sure that execution of my leg training is on point, and I'm hitting the quads and hamstrings multiple times throughout the week. And then we have the ab and thigh. Again, I think this is a pose that actually shows off my structure quite well. Like my midsection here, it's nice and tight, nice flaring lats. And again, just getting more mass in the quads. The guy that came first, Lewis, British champion now, novice British champion, he can literally get into this pose and just stand there. He'll put his arms up and he'll literally just stand there, and his quads will blow you away. I kind of have to show off my condition rather than size. So I have to spike my leg and show the feathers in my legs, and that kind of bumps me up a little bit, I think. But I need that mass. If I could stand there, like Lewis, like the champion, and just hold, and my legs look bigger, I think it's dangerous. Last one, most muscular, I usually do hands clasped, or I'll do the crab pose. Again, nice pose for the upper body, potentially a little bit more condition, which again will come with time, just gaining more muscle mass. I've also noticed a little bit of an imbalance through my right leg being bigger than my left. And again, that's just going to come down to potentially just some unilateral movements, and just again, add more mass to the legs. There's a recurring theme here, it's just get bigger legs. Sorry if that took a little bit long, but now I actually wanted to talk to you guys about the training and how we're going to address those weak points. One thing for me that I've actually incorporated now into my routine is core training. I've pretty much incorporated doing planks, dead bugs, some crunches, so lying crunches and whatnot, just into my programming, just to get some work through my abs. In terms of legs, so currently my split, which is now being sent over to me by Callum, the split is we have push and triceps, pull and biceps, followed by a rest day. We then have quads and hamstrings, followed by push and upper back, followed by a rest day, and then followed by a density day. Now on this density day, we're going to be doing a lower back loaded exercise, Romanian deadlift, where I actually have a goal of getting to about 6 plates. On a Romanian deadlift, 260 kilos, which I know I can get to, especially being in a gym environment where I haven't got to do as taxing exercises as I was doing in a scaffold gym. I know I can get to that. We also do leg press on that day as well. So we do some more leg work on that day. And essentially it's just about adding mass to the posterior chain, to the legs, to the quads. And also as well, of course, I've hit quads 2 sleeps ago, where I'm doing hack squat, hamstring curl, adduction, leg press again, calf raises. So we are hitting a lot of quad, we're hitting a lot of lower back and lats throughout the week. I've actually currently done the push and triceps and pull and biceps. Today's a rest day for me. I'll be doing quads tomorrow. And I've actually elected to go to a different gym for quads, but I'll take you through that anyway. I'll probably actually have a separate video for that where I just take you through what my legs look like. The leg days, push and triceps went pretty well, and pull and biceps again went really, really well. The idea on that pull and biceps workout is, again, there's no lower back loading, so it doesn't affect that density day at the end of the week. All of the workouts that I have on here, I'm sure I'll do an individual video for each one with a videographer. I'll be calling back Josh to help me out with that one. So that's pretty much the current split. On to diet. Now, obviously coming out of the show, your food focus is going to be unbelievably high, and it is for me at the minute. Like, I'm thinking about food a lot. It seems as if I never really get full. Last off season, when I was training in the scaffold, when I was at home in lockdown, I was having 5 meals each day, and we pretty much ran through 5 meals every day, all the way through prep as well. This time, after post-show, we are now doing 6 meals a day, so I'm eating more frequently throughout the day. I put on the screen my current calories on training days and non-training days, along with my macros and whatnot. I have a meal plan as well, a meal guide, because I feel like that's just a lot easier for me. I feel like if I just know what I need to prepare, it's there and it's done. If I want to change anything, I can, because I'll know the macros that I need to match. But it's just a lot more convenient with me. Like, I'm a busy person. I need to know really what I need to prepare for the day, and it's done. I don't need to worry about entering certain things on my fitness pal and whatnot. Yeah, so 6 meals a day, just to eat more frequently and just to try and get rid of this food focus. And also as well, having a couple of free meals, like a takeaway or pizza, whatever it might be, like twice a week. And obviously not getting too fat too quickly, because this is going to be a long off season. I don't plan on competing until 2023. Literally going to be taking a whole 12 months of just making sure I get bigger. And the transformation I'm going to go through again, I think, will shock people, because I am treating this off season like a prep. The routine and the obsession with just being better and making sure you nail it every single day. Just because it's off season, it doesn't mean that I've just stopped bodybuilding. It's still required. This is where you make the changes. The prep is not where you make the changes. The prep is just taking off the body fat. The prep is just a small part of this bodybuilding process. You're going to spend most of your life in an off season if you're a bodybuilder. So it's imperative that you make progress in this off season when you have food in you, got the energy to really train and drive hypertrophy. And that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to talk about that, really. Just go over what's been going on through my mind and the position that I'm in post-show. Very proud of what I achieved, to be honest with you, and very happy. And I've just realized as well how much I really love bodybuilding. I was apprehensive that I would compete and go through this process and be like, I fucking hate it, I'm gonna have to go and do something else now. Which is annoying, because obviously it takes a lot of investment and time, but I didn't. I loved every minute of it, and even competing, like my mom's always asking me, like, did you not feel nervous on stage? And it just felt natural, like it just felt normal. I wasn't nervous about being in front of people in my underwear, and like, it was just fine. I just didn't, it was enjoyable. The competitors, everyone's just so cool. Everyone has the same interests. Everyone loves to train. It's just a great day. Show day is great, and just the whole process of getting ready for it is great. And regardless of how difficult it was, I've loved every single second of it, genuinely. The goal's different now. We're pretty much going to be moving on to like season, oh God. We're pretty much going to be moving on to season 2 of Why Not Me. Might have a little side name to it, I don't know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week for another video. Make sure you subscribe. It's going to be a good off season. Looking forward to grow. Take care. Make sure to like the video as well, and I'll see you next week.